Alright, so today we're going to be taking over Hansi Flick's Barcelona. The team that obviously did just win the Liga last season, I believe another trophy as well. So they did not win the Champions League. That is the main goal of visiting this series, to win them. Now lose the Champions League, they've not won in a while now. Let's get into the series, take over Hansi Flick's Barcelona, continue improving this incredible Barcelona team and take them back to the top of European football. Alright, so here's where we're going to line up with the Barcelona team here in this series. And you can see we do have an issue with the in terms of backup options for the striker. We do have Ferran Torres and Rashford that can play there, and they would be pretty good, decent strikers, especially Rashford. We know he can be a great striker in this game. But the issue is that we don't actually have an out-to-out backup striker. And in fact, he will be loaned out to match what happens in real life. And Pau Victor will be sold, has been sold in real life. I completely forgot they did sell him. That's why he's still in the team. But he has been sold by Barcelona in real life for around like 11 or 12 million. So we're going to sell him in the series as well. So we do need to sign a backup striker. And there are a few options we could do. And basically, I looked into basically just recent reports of who Barcelona might be looking to sign. And there are 2 players to the short list that we do have here. Well, 3 players, as you'll see here in a second. We have Harry Kane, who they've looked at possibly signing to be the replacement to Lewandowski. It wouldn't be a long-term replacement due to him also being an older player, 30, maybe 31 years of age IRL. But they've also looked at Julian Alvarez, who has kind of been a player that people have looked at as a future Barcelona player for a few years now. So it kind of makes sense being Argentinian. Kind of is a very, very good player. Would be a great first-team striker for them in their team. Kind of suits Barcelona very, very well. But the other option is as a backup striker is Nicholas Jackson, who could be on his way to Bayern Munich with leaving Chelsea. So we could hijack that deal and bring him in to be a backup striker to Lewandowski in this team. So let me know down below which striker we should sign. It's possibly most likely between Jackson or Alvarez. So we need to raise money to get Alvarez into the team first of all. We could also bring in Messi as a return to Barcelona. We did just use Messi in the Napoli series, so it'll be kind of like a bit soon again to use him, but it's Messi at the end of the day. It's Barcelona. It's kind of fun to use Messi. So Gonçalo Inacio has also been linked to Barcelona as a new signing in the team. And if we do sign Inacio, that would open up the deal. That would open up the room to sell Araujo, who's been linked to a move away from Barcelona for like a year now. So like teams like Juventus, Liverpool, etc. have been looking to buy him, and other teams like that, which would allow us to spend big on a player like Julian Alvarez to be a backup striker or first-team striker in the team, and also bring in Inacio. Because as you see by the team, if we did sell Inacio and Araujo did leave, could possibly go to the right centre-back role, Inacio would be there. And I see Araujo is a great centre-back, a player that I would like to use in this series, but like he's been a player, obviously Barcelona in real life do have obviously their financial issues that they are currently going through, etc. Which is why they might be looking to sell Firmino to Chelsea for about 60 million. If that deal does go through, then we might do it again, and we might match that in the series as well and sell him. Is a player that I do want to keep, but if they do sell him, then we might as well keep it realistic and let him go as well, and bring in a player to replace him if they can do so. But yeah, drop in comments on the page if you want us to sign in the series. Should we sell Araujo? By the way, Jean Garcia is going to be on my first-team goalkeeper. We're going to sell to Stegen, and Szczesny will be the backup goalkeeper. Because to Stegen, I don't think he's going to get game time at Barcelona. I feel like Szczesny and Jean Garcia are the 2 goalkeepers going to push into the first-team position, like Szczesny did well last season. Jean Garcia, the future replacement for him. And I feel like to Stegen, he doesn't want to leave, I get that, but I feel like he should also just leave and go to a new team and be a first-team goalkeeper elsewhere and kind of just do well wherever he goes. Yeah, drop in the comments below who we should sign and maybe who we should sell to improve this team. And before we get into our first game of the episode, up against Valencia here, we're going to show you quickly the transfers we have made so far. So it's the Stegen for 80 million, a bunch of other deals that aren't the biggest, like Iñaki Peña for 12 million, come on a long way to Al Hilal for 13 million. That's the Alex Val heading the way to Al Ali as well, and also some other signings here, some other sales as well, and loaning out some players for Ansu going out on loan, just like he has done IRL for him to get game time elsewhere, and we can call him back if we need him. But as you can see, we do have a larger budget now, 220 million to spend on new signings. So drop in the comments below who you think we should sign based on the players that were on the shortlist already in the episode, or other players that you think we should sign to improve this team. Well, let's get into our first game of the episode, up against Valencia, and hopefully get our first 3 points of the season. Alright, so first game of this series up against the team we did a chroma with earlier in the year in obviously Valencia. I think that we actually had a fun chroma to do with them, and Dani Olmo, I believe a former Valencia player if I'm not mistaken. Pedri to Lamine. So the star boy of the team, the number 10 on his back these days. And Lamine now cutting inside on his left foot, hits it, blocked by the defender, and that's going to be a corner for us early on in this game. From Frankie de Jong in midfield. De Jong over here to Lamine. Lamine can turn and use his pace to get in behind it. Lamine to get the first goal of the series and his first goal of the season. That's a great save there from Dimitrievski. Ball into Lamine. It's Sadiq. Trying to get through there, but thankfully he got stuck on a defender there, because I think I was going to get screwed over by the game there, because my defenders were not reacting to that ball. Pedri. Daniel Mo, good move there from him. Now into Rafinha. First involvement for him in this game. Rafinha, he opened his scoring for the season. Rafinha shoots and puts it wide. I'm trying to select Araujo, but he turns and shoots, and John Garcia makes a great save. First time he's had to do anything yet so far. And Lamine breaks through here. Great width from him. He shoots, and he's denied again by the keeper. Rafinha, good move there from him. Rafinha, ball in, looking for Lewandowski, and the head of Lewandowski's header is decent, but it's a good save again by the keeper. Oh, that from Lamine. And link up with Rafinha. Rafinha, back to Lamine Yamal. That worked out perfectly. Lamine this time scores. That's his fourth and fifth effort of the game, but finally will break the deadlock. And Lamine Yamal, who else will it be, scoring the first goal of the series, the new number 10. It's a big shoes to fill. Obviously, they are Lionel Messi's shoes to fill. Whether they'll do it or not, that remains to be seen. He's got a long career to do so. Well, hopefully a long career to do so. It's great players. I was actually hoping Lamine would have made that run. Usually some players just run straight into where you are with the ball. But he actually did run to the left into the open space that I opened up with Rafinha. That worked to perfection there. And Lamine makes it 1-0 here for us. And opens his account for the season, which you'll have to see. Oh, that first touch there ruined me, man. I just wanted to take it short and then make the run, but for some reason the game made him take it long, then take a short touch, which makes no sense. Sadiq, he's got to score here. Knew it. And in the second that I scored, it wouldn't take that much to score a goal, considering they've done barely anything in this game. I knew the second that I scored a goal, if it's taken ages to score, this would happen. It always happens. Where was my defence? How was Sadiq on side when no defenders were back? Where were they? Now I've got to work so hard again to score another goal if I can. Lamine, love that from him. Can we score a kick goal? That would actually be amazing. Lamine, love that from you. Lamine's still going here. No penalty. This has not gone down there. Lewandowski. Daniel Mo. There we go. Rafinha. Oh, of course, he made that challenge just as I was about to play the pass. Just asked for the ball to feet. Daniel Mo. To Lewandowski, who took an ace to shoot there. You saw it, man. I pressed the shoot button 3 times there. I did it twice for low driven. It didn't do it, so I did it again, and nothing happened. I surely know we were going to draw this game. We should have won it like 3 or 4-0. It's an awful challenge there if that connected. De Jong. Lewandowski's got to score. Lewandowski does score. There we go. It's 2-1 here. I wouldn't be surprised if they get another goal now I've just scored. It feels that type of game that's going to happen. We'll make a few changes here in a second. I'll bring on Ferran Torres and we'll bring on Rashford as well. I'll bring on Torres at striker for the rest of the game. Or maybe Rashford at striker, I'm not too sure. Firmino. Oh, it's a great ball over the top. Ferran Torres. It is against his former team. It's been a long while since he's played against Valencia, so we'll celebrate. That was a great work goal there, by the way, from the team. That was incredible there. And Ferran Torres, an instant impact in this game, has looked great since he came on, literally only a few minutes ago. And Firmino with the assist. A great finisher by Ferran Torres, by the way. That was an easy goal to score, considering the position and the type of shot. And he makes it 3-1 here, gives us a 2-goal cushion, a much-deserved cushion in this game. We should have won this game a while back. You know, we should have scored 1 or 2 in the first half. As long as we win this game, later on, here's Pepelu. He's kind of a legend on the channel from the Everton series last year on FC25. Maybe we could get a goal here for Rashford on his debut. Rashford running through, but Diakabi's done well there. We're blocked by De Jong. That'll be a handball against us if they don't take the advantage. So we go. It's going to be into the game. A 3-1 victory over Valencia. A fairly comfortable win. And played great in this game. It should have been a bigger scoreline. We should have scored 2 or 3 more, in my opinion, or 2, maybe 2 more. But a 3-1 victory is all that matters. We've got to win in the end. We get our first 3 points of the season. Let's get into our next game, which is up against Bilbao. Alright, so as you can see for our next game up against Bilbao, I'm going to try Lewandowski as a false nine. He does have the double plus in the striker role for that position. That's the only plus he does have in that position for now anyway. Let's get into this game at the new camp up against Bilbao and hopefully get a second victory of the season. They also won their first game of the season. There should be a good test up against Bilbao here. We have first home game of the season, so it's going to be a while probably until we actually do have the Barcelona stadium in the actual game again. But as of right now, we're going to have to make do with the fake stadium. There's Lamar early on in this one. How did he not take the ball to the left there against Boriche? But a certain Spaniard in their team was almost signing for Barca, but in the end decided to stay and extend his contract with Bilbao. And that is obviously Nico Williams. If he's not actually starting for them because they're playing Berenger instead in that position, interestingly enough. To Frankie. Into Lewandowski here. Lewandowski over the top here to Lamine Yamal, who couldn't squeeze it in the post. It's a good effort, but he just couldn't get it inside there. By the way, I was aiming far post there, by the way. I was actually aiming to the bottom left corner, but for some reason the game went near post. Oh, I couldn't get that through the legs there. There's Iñaki Williams, shot blocked. Man, they're playing over Nico Williams, Berenger. Inside here to a striker who can find Iñaki Williams. He shoots, and it's a great step by Joan Garcia into Rafinha. And a rapid plus play style. Should be able to break away from the defender. Or not, because the defender's probably going to have like 60 pace, but can keep it to Rafinha somehow. And Lamine should have made that run to the back post. There he goes, Lamine. One touch. Finish it, there we go. That's what I wanted. When I saw Lamine making the run the first time, I was waiting for him to cross it into him. But for some reason, he just stopped the run halfway through it. So I had to like check back again and go for it a second time. And this time he made the run. And Rafinha gets the assist there. It's a great cross, a great run there by Lamine. Takes it down under pressure. Finds the back of the get his second goal of the season. And put us ahead in this one here. You'd have to see it. As we can't see it because the camera doesn't show down there for some reason. Let's hope we don't concede straight from kickoff, because obviously last time we scored in the last game against Valencia, we conceded pretty much straight away. Frankie de Jong. Oh, lovely steal there from Frankie de Jong, showing the physicality that some even like physical midfielders I've used in this game don't have. Lamine should be through here. Lamine Yamal. And again, lovely dribbling there from him. Kind of lost the ball there a little bit, but he keeps it. Oh. I'm not sure what happened there when he somehow lost the ball slightly when it dragged behind him. That really ruined me there. It stopped me to like run forward and get the shot away. And Rafinha should be onside here. Rafinha, can he make it 2? And Rafinha is onside and does make it 2-0. That was a fantastic run there by the captain. And puts us 2 goals up against Athletic Bilbao. A team that are proven to be easier than Valencia, who we just played. Who should be, a much easier team to beat than Bilbao, but somehow they're not so far. And for a second, I thought Rafinha would have been offside there because the game delayed me playing the pass there for so long with Dani Olmo. I think was it Lewandowski that played the pass? It might have been Lewandowski. But Rafinha found the back of the net with a great finisher, beating Unai Simon. And we take a 2-goal lead going towards half-time. We've had 72% possession. Jesus, I didn't even notice that. Well, I did notice it, but I didn't even think that would be the case. But apparently we have. We'll get a quick start to the second half then. Rafinha. The only thing I don't like about the false 9 position is strikers in real life, right? If they're playing as a false 9 and there's space for them to run into IRO and get in the box, they're going to do so. None of us going to stand here and do nothing. Lamine to make it free, and Lamine's denied by Unai Simon with a great save. But we'll be in a Barcelona shirt. Oh, why? That's what I mean. Right there, Lewandowski, right, could have turned and made a run into the box like he would do IRO, but he kept just kind of ran away into space. Oh, lovely play here, Lamine to make it free, and Lamine makes it free. The patience that paid off. Just held possession, passed it around, and waited for the opportunity to find either Rafinha or Lamine in a good position. I mean, it's making us play well having Lewandowski as a false 9. It's working. We're throwing it up against Bilbao, so we might have to keep it. But I don't think we're going to score many goals with Lewandowski. That's the only thing that I'm kind of not looking forward to. The fact he's kind of going to be, in a way, useless at the striker position. He's not going to be there. It's going to be Dani Olmo making those runs into space, and Yamal and also Rafinha occupying those positions, which isn't bad. Also, the players we want to have in those positions, but I would also like Lewandowski to be Lewandowski and actually get into those positions that he would do IRO and score goals, unlike he does in this game where he just kind of stands there. So I mean, now it's just going to be back and forth in midfield. The ball's not going to go out of play. There's going to be no stoppages. How? No, 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 no. No. You're taking the piss, aren't you? You're... do people play the same game as me? I watch other Career Mode YouTubers. I've been saying this for months now. Like, I watch other Career Mode YouTubers and no one concedes these type of goals. No one else concedes those that I watch. Lovely play here. Gavin now looking to find a pass, but no one makes a run there. They're just going to stand still. Here's Rashford. A little bit of skill there. Rashford going through, and Rashford drags his shot wide. The final 2 minutes of the game added on. De Jong. Well, final 2 minutes. Well, before added time. There we go. Really bargy. All of that from him. And he's still going here, looking to make a big impact in this game. Pick up a goal for himself. Really bargy. Hits it, and he does score. That was a fantastic goal. That was Messi-esque, to say the least. Beating one or two defenders and then finding the back of the net. Well, Messi did score that incredible solo run, kind of similar to that, against Bilbao in the Copa del Rey many years ago, where he ran from the left all the way through a few defenders, cutting on his left foot, and then squeezed it near post. But really bargy here, gets in and puts it far corner. It's a great goal there from him, and a great way to announce himself here to Barcelona. Seemed real after having issues announcing his, registering his signing to the club, unfortunately, but he's a great talent who I hope does well at Barcelona. And we're going to get a 4-1 victory here over Bilbao, and 2 back-to-back victories, and 2 big victories at that up against Valencia and Bilbao, and some great performances along the way. So we should have had a clean sheet in this game. The goal I conceded, to say the least, was completely and utter BS. We had 69% possession. That was an incredible performance from the team. Lamine with the man of the match with a 10.0 rating. Rafinha up there as well. And you can see the rest of the team doing incredible there. And that's going to be the final. That's going to be the final game we're going to play. We've got 2 games to sim before the deadline day. Let's get into those and see if we can get more victories for ourselves this season. And up against Rayo Vallecano, our second team managed to get a wonder victory with Ferran Torres getting the only goals of the game here to get us the 3 points away from home. Alright, so that's going to call it for the end of today's episode. As I mentioned, we do have 220 million left to spend. Well, to spend in the budget, because I haven't spent any money so far on new transfers. So drop in the comments down below if you want to see a sign. So we need technically a backup striker, and maybe more depth here, because we could do with some more depth for some players, maybe midfield, and also maybe defence. I'm happy with Gerard Martin and Hector Fort as backup players, obviously being 2 young talents we can develop in the team and give game time to down the line. So you have some great backup players in the likes of Casado, Fermin Lopez, Christensen, Garcia, Gavi. We're seeing how good really Bargy can be, Rashford, we know how good he can be, and Ferran Torres as well, we know how good he can be as well in the game. So right now the team's looking incredible, and drop in the comments below who we should sign. As always, thank you for watching. If you've got anything to enjoy, drop a like and subscribe. And again, thank you for watching, and goodbye.